Well, good evening, and welcome to my pop up of Kezra Yvette and Friends as we're going to share breaking news with you this evening as we're going to be talking about the Hidden Jewels Project Breaking Chains as we're going to be empowering survivors as well as equipping communities. I am the president and founder of the Hidden Jewels Project. And I'm super excited about what we're going to be doing on next Saturday in Clemens, North Carolina at the Village Inn Center. And I need your help. We need some more tickets sold, and we are just trying to get this party started and have people come out, particularly pastors. We're asking that you would bring at least sponsor two of your leaders to show up to get this information. We're going to be digging deep about the effects of domestic violence. So I brought a few of my friends on tonight that's going to share with us and just tell us a little bit about their thoughts on domestic violence. So I am super excited to bring up my first friend, none other than Pastor Tim Carruthers out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. So he's going to be sharing with us the dangers of when the silent and what happens in our congregations that really bleeds over to our families and our communities when we do not speak aloud, cry loud and spare not when it comes to domestic violence and sexual assault. So I'm going to bring him on right now, and I'm super excited to have him to share. All right. Well, it seems like we're having technical difficulties with Pastor Tim. And so we're just going to have to come back to him. So I'm going to invite to the platform none other than I call her Auntie Nisi, Reverend Denise Wade, who is going to share a little bit about the why you should come to the Hidden Jewels Project Domestic Violence Conference. Come on, Auntie Nisi.
Hi, everyone. Well, I think everyone needs to be educated, more educated about what they should do, what they shouldn't do, the signs that they need to be watching for with domestic violence victims. So many times uh, we don't know, and as a family, there are times when we know and we want to interfere and tell them what they need to do and what they shouldn't do. And unless you are in the household with that couple behind closed doors, sometimes as a family member, our advice could be harmful and we don't realize that. So I think it's important for families uh, to come to this conference and learn these things, learn some of the signs of domestic violence. Like if you notice that um, she doesn't go out with her girlfriends, she doesn't communicate, you don't ever see her out by herself without him, that could be a sign of control. Um, if you notice that she's fearful, even speaking around him, certain things that he has to have all the conversation. That's a sign that he doesn't allow her to speak in public. Um, and just, there's so many reasons why we need to come as a family and to help. Know what you need to do to help, how you can help. You can have those signs. You can have those um, secret words that that you share with one another. You can help her in ways to escape that will not be harmful to her. But you have to know what you need to do to help that family member. So that's why I think it's important for families, because so many times we think we are helping them by telling them things or interfering, and we're really putting them in more harm sometimes. And the same way with the wives, you think you're staying with him because he's the father of your children, but you don't realize the damage you're doing to your children, because your sons see the their father beating you up, but you're not going nowhere, so they think it's all right. My mom put up with it. She didn't go nowhere. The girls see the same thing and they feel like, well, that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to stay there and take it. After all, he was paying the bills. He was doing this and he was doing that. So I just think there's so many things in the family that need to be taught, and that we need to have a better access to and better knowledge of, so that we will know how to handle our family situations who are involved in domestic violence.
Thank you so much for that. And as she was sharing, the really, if we think about the dynamics of domestic violence and how it affects all of us. It affects, your children. It affects even, how you even perform on your job. It affects your health. There is a intersection or correlation with domestic violence and heart disease. Who would have thought that heart disease could be one of the things that will affect you as you have stayed in these very harmful relationships. So these are some of the type of things that we're going to be sharing at this wonderful domestic violence and sexual assault advocacy. This is a training that we are inviting you to come to get the tools and the knowledge to learn. What do you do if you encounter someone in your church who's sitting in the pews? Because let's be honest, the pastor is in the pulpit. The preachers typically are in the pulpit. But what about those who are members, those who are in leadership, who actually have, who are sitting right next to people who may be experiencing domestic violence? How do you even look out for those signs? It could be that all of a sudden they decide they're going to sit in the back of the church when they normally were very vibrant. It can be that when you come up to them, and gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Sometimes when you you turn to your neighbor and give them a hug, there are times that somebody may jump because they can't deal with the touch because it's a trigger for them. And it's not you, it's that memory that's coming in. So we just want you all to come and share. I tell you, I have so many wonderful speakers who are coming. They're coming from out of town, and everything that you can think of, we will have. As you can see, we have none other than Pastor Christine Chapin, who's going to be dealing with emotional and psychological scars. How do you deal with that? We have Overseer Denisha Hinton, who is going to be our conference worship preacher, because after we dig deep, we do want to need to hear a word from the Lord. We have Pastor Timbelia Covington out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She is the pastor of Exodus of Baptist Church here. And I am super excited because she's going to be dealing with a subject matter that you've been hearing all over the media, Cassie and Diddy, but she's going to be dealing with the grooming factor and what it looks like and how to unravel and to recognize why Cassie stayed and why did he did what he did. And then we have Reverend Edna West, who is going to be dealing with the family. What do you do when you are in a domestic violence household? How do you handle it as a child that's watching your mother being beat? And how does that translate in your behavior as you move forth in your life? A lot of times people don't even understand why they make decisions that they do. And then we have Minister Gwendolyn Johnson Robinson, who is going to be sharing with how you rewire your brain after domestic violence. So we're going to be dealing with a trauma response because it is important that we understand why we do what we do. Why do we think the way that we think? We have to unpack it. I spoke with Dewana Hamlin today with Bridges of Hope. She will be joining us as well. She's going to really share the various resources and how the community can unify. And so she is the director of Bridges of Hope here. And Bridges of Hope is actually a hub that is inclusive. It's a one-stop shop where you can actually tap into all of the resources at the court, the resources at social services, the resources at family services. Is connected to the shelters, it's connected to the judges, and even I believe some, when we talk about counseling and therapy. So she will be sharing with us on the ninth as well. And this
Oh,
is the most exciting thing too that I'm really super excited about is the Purple Lounge. The Purple Lounge is going to be absolutely outstanding. We have so many people coming in from various areas, and I'm going to bring on Miss Angela Green, who is actually one of our Purple Lounge panelists, and she's just going to share her view on why you should get to this conference.
Thank you, Kezra. I appreciate it. And I'm super, super excited to be part of this. This is going to be a life-changing event for many people. And I really feel that this is an important thing for just for us to experience and help others and to provide those resources, as you all stated, for families, to talk about therapy. People are, usually hesitant to get those services, to open up the floor and be very transparent and sharing our stories, because domestic violence and sexual assault, it's not just the statistics. These are silent battles that a lot of people are fighting internally within themselves. Even speaking from personal experience, I want people to see that there are all types of people that are experiencing this, all types of, in all situations, whether it be work, home, growing up, family, relationships, things of that nature. I want people to come and be comfortable with getting the resources and the help and the information that they need. It's for me, it's just hopefully, empowering others to have that voice, to stop being silent, and to speak up, and understand that there are people out here and there's resources out here for people that are battling these things. So even with sharing my story, I hope that I can touch others that can hear that, even like I said, I'm in a corporate space, all of us have had some type of something that we've had to encounter and deal with. And there's ways to get through these things. And I'm hoping that by them coming to this event and hearing our stories, utilizing all the resources. I mean, there's so many great people that are going to be speaking there. There's going to be participating in this event. I'm just so excited because it's a very important topic that goes unnoticed. People tend to brush it under the rug, and they're not willing to open up and discuss this. And there's just too many people out here that need our help. So I really feel like this event will be life-changing for others, even for us, even for leaders, all of the participants that are coming. I feel like it's going to be a great experience for us all. And, is part of the healing process for people to move forward and hopefully take out what they need to, so that way they can continue their healing journey. So that's my why. I'll give it back to you, Kezra.
Thank you so much. I'm just super excited to have each of you all with us today. We just wanted to stop by. I called it Kezrayvette and Friends, and I think I'm going to keep that. And we're going to continue on with just various conversations. But I wanted to make sure that you all knew what's happening with the Hidden Jewels Project. I mean, our motto is that we are empowering survivors. We are going to equip communities and we are going to save lives with the work that we're doing behind the scenes. This is what I call sacred work because it digs up things that people don't want to deal with. But we're going to get to the root of the matter and we're going to make sure that men and women, I know that we talk about women, but there are men who actually experience domestic violence. There are so many stories of men. I know one in general. I heard a gentleman from in Fayetteville. He was saying that that he was getting beat by his wife, and he was actually in the school system, and his wife's family were in leadership, and they really harassed him. He lost his children and he was sent to a battered women's shelter. He did not have a space to go because guess what? There are no resources for men. So we're going to tackle those types of issues and situations. And I know y'all probably like, what? It's just so many things that are happening really up under our nose that we are just not aware of. The word of God tells us that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. This conference is for you. It is for your teenagers. It is for even those who are in foster care. I heard so many stories of even the domestic violence intersecting with those who were staying in group homes and in foster care programs and how they ended up sex trafficked because of the grooming through the domestic violence. See, there are so many things that are hidden that even those of us in the church, we need to know these tools so we can save a life. We have to pay attention to what's happening even in our local assembly. So I thank you so much for joining us for this little short clip. And I hope that you see the Hidden Jewels Project Breaking Chains Conference. It is $75 for registration. That is with doors open at 8:15. We will have vendors and resources that will be there for you. We will have a buffet lunch, so you will eat well with some, giveaways and that type of thing. But the most important thing that I want to make sure that you leave with is a toolbox of information that you can take back to your local assemblies, take back to your community organizations, your sororities, your fraternities, even some of the organizations that you are a part of. These are going to be life saving tidbits that you're going to need in order for us to move forward. We have to do this unified. It's not one person that can do the work, it is in the collective. That is the solution to break the chains and stop the violence in our neighborhoods and our homes and move us forward to a place of wholeness and healing. So thank you so much for joining us at the Hidden Jewels Project, Kezrayvette and Friends, as we just came on just to let you guys know what's going on. Y'all need to start. Hit my Cash App, $HJ Project, HJPROJECT. If you are not able to come, please sow a seed. This work is needed and it's going to take resources for us at the Hidden Jewels Project to continue to do this work that is major. And it is major in the sight of God. And as I said, it is sacred work. and it is a tax deductible contribution. So let me just say that we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Let me throw that out there as well. I am proud of our status, and it's all about education, information, inspiration, and deliverance. That's going to take place at the Hidden Jewels Project Breaking Chains Conference at the Village Inn Event Center, 6205 Ramada Drive in Clemens, North Carolina. If you need more information, feel free to put a note in the chat, or you can call me at 336-414-9509. That is 336-414-9509. And be sure to go to our website, www.hiddenjewelsproject.org. I can't wait to see you at the conference. I tell you, and please bring a neighbor, bring your sister, bring your mama, bring your brother, bring everybody, because we need to get this information so people can be set free and delivered. Y'all know what? This is part of ministry too. This is not just in the church. We're going outside the walls of the church and doing the work of the ministry in this nonprofit organization. So I'm going to see if my friends, if you guys want to close out or say anything before we get off this breaking news podcast that we're doing.
Well,
Angela,
I just want to say I hope I'm so excited. I hope to see you all there. I'm excited to meet you all, and truly thankful and looking forward to having a great time, great experience, and like I said, like sharing and learning from all of this. We are super excited. Please, please, please come out and see us. We are looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, and I agree with Angela. We are super excited about this conference, and you need to be here. And like she said, bring Lottie, Gotti, and everybody with you, and find and learn some things. They say learn. Go out, come and learn. Because I tell you what, like Angela said, I too am a victim of domestic violence. But look at us now. Look at our smiles. So if you know somebody that's not smiling like this, please come and find out how they can.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to correct you. You're not a victim. You are a victor because you have survived. So we're going to switch that language. And there are those who will be there who have experienced, so have I. And so it's not that we are just saying it just to say, we have experienced it for ourselves, which makes this experience that's going to be even richer. The other thing I want to say, if you are a little hesitant, we will have security that will be there. And this is going to be a safe space. Let me just say that. There will be confidentiality. There will be no one that's going to be talking about what anyone said or what happened. This is a sacred, safe space at the Hidden Jewels Project. And so I just ask that you guys come out. And like I said, you don't even have to be in the area. My friends all over the United States of America, I need y'all to donate. Hit my Cash App up and sponsor someone to come to be set free and delivered. And I tell you, this is just the beginning, because the tour will happen and we will be coming to a city near you. But I need your help to get this ground. We got to get this up and running, because I believe and I decree and declare over this particular organization that this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in his eyes, and we're going to see an expansion that's going to blow our mind. So I thank you so much for joining us and for our breaking news, Kezra Yvette and Friends today. And we just ask that y'all come on, sign up, sign up, sign up. We need your help in order to pull this off on the 9th. God bless you. May heaven smile upon you is my prayer. And we will see you right there in Clemens, North Carolina at the Village Inn Event Center. Doors open at 8:15. and get ready, get ready, get ready to receive this great impartation. And we're going to have a high time in the Lord with our worship service that's going to close out. I tell you, I cannot wait for Overseer Denisha Hinton. She is the overseer of Curbside Outreach Ministries in Raleigh, North Carolina. Shauna White, she's actually from Elizabeth City, going to be coming in, and she's going to take us higher in worship. So I am excited. We have everything laid out. This is a conference of excellence. I have experts on deck. Now, all I need is your faces in the place. All right, that's enough, y'all. We will come back and I'll probably run this up again because we just need you to be aware of what's happening here in the Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Clemens area. And I need you at the conference. God bless you.